This problem's called the multiplication table. We'll be reading in integers n and m. I should have chosen more different letters than that, but never mind. Then print n times m lines for their multiplication table. For example, here's our input, 3 and 4, and there's our multiplication tables. So far so simple. Let's see how that can be coded. So first we're going to have our variables n and m, and the user's going to input them. We're going to need to find a way to count from 1 up to n and 1 up to m. You'll notice each time that in this case we count starting from n equals 1, and then from m equals 1 count all the way up to the value we put into m as m. So it's a little bit tricky, but we're going to use while loops to help with incrementing the variables. So the first thing we're going to need is some count variables for n and m, initialized at 1. So first of all, it's always a good idea to try and break down a problem into smaller subproblems, and this is a very simple example. We're going to start by doing, while the n count remains at 1, increment the m count and print out the result, printing out the full n count, m count and result. So to show you what I mean, we're going to start by putting this inside a while loop. While our m count is less than or equal to m, we're going to print out our n count, a multiplication sign, m count, and then an equal sign, and then n count multiplied by m count, followed by end of line and new line starts. At this point we're going to increment our m count. So so far it should be okay. Excuse me. Here we go. We're going to input 3 and 4, and we've got the first part of our multiplication table printed out. There we are. However, that's not it finished. We're obviously going to need a little bit more than that. So we're going to need, while our n count is less than or equal to m, we want to increment our n count each time after the m count loop has been completed. However, this in itself is a little bit of a trap, because basically if we leave our m count at 1, well, we're not going to have much good happen here. We're not going to be able to get m, because m is 4 when it finishes here. Basically we never enter this printing loop again, because m count is not less than or equal to m has incremented to 5. So basically we need to make sure that our m count variable goes inside this loop, and now things should work pretty well. There's our table. Completists might want to put in extra spaces and maybe create a title for the table and an end of table, but I'm not going to bother with that. Okay, thanks very much.